We go out to the tractor. I don't know how good the audio is going to be with me holding the GoPro like this, but we're going to test it. Go out to the tractor, hook up the bush hog. So Tristan can start bush hogging. I'm going to disconnect the trailer from the side-by-side and then bring a set of chains to pull some of the brush that we already cut down the other day. Some of the limbs and stuff. So yeah, it should be a pretty good video. I'll show you the section that he's gonna bush hog before he bush hogs it. We're gonna walk through it a little bit, look at it. It's a lot. It's a lot. So should be exciting. We're gonna set up the Canon real quick and then get to work. Go T-Rex on. All right, guys. Well, welcome to the channel. I've seen a bunch of people watch the video, so I appreciate it. The Instagram is getting pretty large as well, so I also appreciate the engagement on that. The Instagram is Lally Life, so if you feel interested in seeing some photos that aren't on the YouTube videos, go ahead and like there. If you're new, thank you for joining us. We're growing, we're learning. I'm getting more comfortable on camera, so the quality is going to go up a little bit better. So that's good. But today, as you can see, it's rainy again. This is like 3-4 days now of rain. It is what it is, so we're gonna make the best of it. Behind me is the Kubota MX 5200. Tristan's about to change out from disc to bush hog. We're gonna take you over to a spot in the woods where he's gonna bush hog while I pull the branches and the brush that we cut down from 2 videos ago. That's where we're at right now. So first thing he's gonna do, he's gonna have to disengage the disc. It's not PTO driven, so all it literally does is get pulled behind the tractor. So there's 3 pins that he's gonna pull out and then pull the tractor away from it. And then after he disconnects the tractor from it, he's going to pull it up, and then we're going to put the pins back into the disc itself so we don't lose our pins. It's kind of annoying. And you have to go to a farm store because you keep losing your pins. So that's a little tip, guys. Put your pins back in when you're not using it.
Really? Come on, bitch. There we go.
No, he's gonna go ahead, climb on the tractor, and back it up onto the bush hog. Gotta let the tractor charge, warm up a little bit. So bush hogs are PTO driven. So this is what this collar and shaft is. We're gonna lock it into our PTO that's in the back of our tractor. Right there, a little shaft. So that little shaft is going to rotate and drive this longer shaft, like a drive shaft, and then that in turn is going to hit a gear system to reduce the RPM so we can power the blades that are underneath the bush hog like this. We got some branches on it and stuff like that because it's been storming, so. Normally, after each use of the tractor, we bring out our leaf blower, open up the hood, blow out our filter, check all the fluids, and then make sure it's in good working order for our next use. This tractor is invaluable. Each tractor is a little bit different, but for the most part, you should maintain it more than you do a car. I mean, they're rugged, they're tough, but if it goes out, your work's down. Now he's gonna let it idle while it's parked. And he's gonna hook up the PTO and then hook up all the pins. You're gonna raise these arms up. See if you can fit them inside of these. Because unlike the disc, these collars go on the inside of here, and then this pin is gonna seat inside of this little carriage. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna drop those arms for him. More? So that lever drops those arms. It controls those arms up and down, sways. So now he's putting in the shaft into the PTO. It has a little collar, a compressive collar at the top. I'm going to squeeze it and then slide it into that little spindle. It's locked in, closes the flap, and he's going to make sure he clips that drive shaft essentially to that little hatch. Got to bring up the slack of the end of the arm. Held in by a pin, locks it down with another cotter pin. Bing, bang, boom. Get some more tension on it. This will help control the actual deck of the bush hog like this. Not only with those arms, these arms control the height, the depth of cut. This is going to make it level like this. Alright guys, so I'm over here at the side-by-side. As you can see, we'll go ahead, disconnect this trailer, and then I need to go pick up some chains. So that's what I'm about to do. Maybe. Boom, good enough. Alright guys, I'm gonna go walk to the barn, get a set of chains so I can go out there and drag the brush and the limbs that we cut down 2 days ago. Yesterday we posted a little video of us sharpening and doing a little bit of maintenance on our chainsaw. The little Husqvarna 525 XP. It did some work. Sorry, the fan's going. Get some chains. There we go. Good to go. Go out to that little wood line by the fence or by the field. Pull this while Tristan's disking. So go out to the field, show you all where he's gonna, or where, go out to the field and show you where he's about to bush hog, not disc. I believe I got all the tools that I personally need right now. So we're gonna go meet Tristan in the woods where he's about to start bush hogging. Then I'm gonna unload my tools, start stacking up some branches and small trees that we cut down in video 5, and I'm gonna drag them to our burn pile that we're gonna make some more charcoal and more ash in. We're not gonna do a burn today because, as you can see, the weather is not very good, and it's supposed to rain for the next, I don't know, 2-3 days. It's like we can't catch a break. We try to come out here and do some work, but then it's like, oh no, we're gonna rain today, and we're just like, well, we'll go out and try to do a few hours of work and get it on film so we can show y'all, but then it's just like the bottom of the sky falls out, and we're just like, whoa, I guess today's over. So we're about to pull up at the spot, and we're gonna walk through the woods and show you where he's gonna bush hog. Stay tuned. All right, everyone. So Tristan rolled up with the Kubota MX 5200, a bush hog. We're about to walk into the woods where he's gonna start bush hogging while I pull the branches and the small trees that we cut down the other day. So as you can see, all of this, all these yopons, bushy shrubs, he's about to bush hog. This whole area. It's gonna open it up, show off our trees, and then we're just gonna keep on bush hogging it and eventually seed this, fell some of these trees, thin them out a little bit so that we can actually have a pasture, a wooded pasture through this section of woods. In the spring, when we have our cattle and our goats here, we're gonna let them come in here and munch on some grindage, some food, so they'll be able to help us clear and enrich our soil, which will in turn be able to yield better grass quality in the future. So all of this is about to get bush hogged. It's gonna look awesome. It should go pretty quickly. He's gonna run a GoPro on the tractor with him, so we'll get some pretty good shots from his perspective. And then when he's done, we're gonna, or actually when we're done, we're gonna come over here and document some of the progression he's making. So stay tuned. Tristan's about to start bush hogging. So while he's doing that, we're gonna go over and move those limbs and small trees that we cut down 2 days ago in video 5. See how that goes. It should be fine. It's just gonna be not very fun. So I'll start at the very front edge, so the very beginning of the line we cut, and then I'll work my way back. So I'll drop it off, come back through the same spot, get it rained on, or I'm getting water on me, and then follow up so I can work my way out and not bog myself down. So we'll see how it goes. So as you can see, everyone, we have quite a few limbs and small trees that we gotta bring to our brush pile. So while Tristan's bush hogging, you can hear it in the background probably, I'm gonna put these in little piles, or a little pile, and then I'm gonna hook a chain to it and I'm gonna pull it to our brush pile. So enjoy. All right, guys, so what I'm doing, I laid a base level down of branches and some small trees that's gonna act like a sled. Then I built it up a little bit, and then I took a big top of a tree, laid it in the opposite direction. So I have the solid round ends going towards the side by side. And then when I got to that point, I flipped the top end. So I have the bigger, we'll say stump side, towards the top of the opposite branches. So if that makes any sense, I have my base line going down this way, so solid round stalk ends going towards the side by side. I built that up a little bit, and then I took a heavier top of a tree and I flipped it. So I have another stalk going this way. So now what I'm doing is I'm taking straightish branches and I'm weaving them in and down into my base layer, so that I make a root, like a root ball, kind of like how beavers build dams. They intertwine branches and they fill it with dirt and mud and twigs. I'm doing that same thing so that I can make a sled, essentially, of these branches and of these trees. So then all I gotta do, wrap a chain around it, and then I can pull it. So that's what I'm doing. So then hopefully, when I give it some force forward, I'll put the side-by-side in four-wheel drive. I'll take slack out of the chain. I'll give it enough slack out of the chain that I can hopefully pull that top of the pile up off the ground, so that the ground, as I'm driving, can just skate across the bottom of the pile, just like a sled. Alright guys, so that'll be my first load. We'll see how it goes. Then I got two bigger branches and a small tree, and then I'll go to the next section. Our chain. Alright, so what we're going to do is very similar to what we did with the drag, except for I'm just going to use one end of the chain here, and then I'm going to affix the other end to the side-by-side. The important thing is to get enough chain under this bottom branch, so that we can hopefully, when we add force to it, so when we take the slack out of the chain, it'll act almost like a fulcrum. So when we take the tension out, since the trailer hitch is above the base of the sled, it'll hopefully pick up that bottom branch and let us get a little pocket of clearance, so that we can actually just skate this pile across the surface of the ground. So that's what we're going to do. So now that we got it to this point, we're going to try to ratchet it down across these limbs. So take some slack out. And then lock this chain. And now what I'm going to do is take my other end of the chain, come under the pile, and feed it back under that initial line. Just like that. So that hopefully this will bind itself up and I can just skate it across the grass. So let's see how it happens. All right, everyone. So I pulled the side-by-side back. I'm gonna feed this to the left side of the ball hitch. I'm gonna take the shackle and I'm gonna come over. So that way, when I pull, I'm gonna take out all this slack and it's gonna be pinned down to there. So I should make a very acute triangle. Yeah, a very acute triangle. So I should build a little bit of clearance so I can skate across. So we'll see what happens. If we look down here, that creates an acute triangle. And that bottom of this pile of wood is actually off the ground. So now we're going to take this pile with our side-by-side that's in four-wheel drive all the way this way to our burn pile. Hello everyone. Looks like this weather here that we're having, it's we live in South Mississippi. There's a bunch of storms going on right now, but it looks like it's just not going to agree with me today. I don't want to keep using our Canon, so I'm really hoping that the GoPro footage that I'm taking right now, the quality and the picture is okay, because I just don't want to get our good camera wet, or any more wet than it just did. So I think I'm gonna be done dragging the brush to the pile right now. We'll go see how Tristan's coming along. He'll be able to bush hog all that today. But I'm kind of upset that it's raining right now, because I really wanted to finish that and get that cleared so we could bush hog it tomorrow. So we'll see where we get to. Yeah, let's go. All right, everyone. So just topped off the tractor with some diesel. Since I showed you a more complicated way to deal with pulling brush, Tristan cleared up enough area bush hogging that he can help me with the tractor, and we're going to just go ahead and push all these limbs with the tractor to our brush pile that's in the middle of one of our fields. That way we can get this part done real quick, come through with a weed eater and a chainsaw, cut down anything big with the chainsaw, take the weed eater, cut around our trees and around the stumps, and then we're gonna flat cut the stumps so we can take the bush hog over our little channel that we cleared. And then we're gonna head over to where Tristan finished bush hogging, and we're gonna do the same thing over there. There's some areas in which he can't get the tractor through because it's too tight. So I'm gonna take the chainsaw, cut around those areas while he's also bush hogging at the same time. So stay tuned. So as you can see, that's the first pass with the tractor. So the method I used beforehand is kind of just like an insight of what you could do if you didn't have a tractor. Just be careful. It'll probably be 2 more passes. Well, 1 more pass really if he piles it up on one pile and pushes that whole pile. But if not, then it'll be a few more passes. So like I said, I'm gonna try to cut these as even as possible so that he can get the bush hog over it. Look how foggy it is, guys. It is humid. We are in South Mississippi, but wow. It's hot. So if y'all watched the videos before, you'll see what this looked like before we started clearing. Turning out real nice. Real nice. Alright guys, this is the last time I'm going to show you this section, at least talking over it. But if you watched our other videos, you'll know what this looked like before we started clearing it. This is night and day different. It's going to be gorgeous this spring. Just look at that. Still need to get those stumps out. Get these little big pieces of wood that's left. And then eventually maybe disc it, drag it like we did our fence line, and then seed it. But before we do that, we're gonna do this same thing right behind this section. And if I zoom in a little bit, there's another section of trees just like this that we're going to do this same thing to. So it's gonna just wait, guys. Just wait till we get through with all these little projects and they add up, and we'll be able to shoot some awesome videos here just for everybody to enjoy. A lot of people can't do, like, have the ability to do this, or are too scared to, or they just don't think they can. It's just putting in the time, learning the knowledge, and just doing it. Yeah, you might mess up, but the reward is so much more than just saying, too bad, whatever. So, look at that. That right there is going to be done to that next section as well. Alright, well, we're going to go over to where Tristan bush hogged earlier and look at what he did. We're going to be running out of daylight, so we probably won't add anything else to this clip or this video for the day. So until next time, guys, just like, comment, share, subscribe. I have a feeling about this, and it's going to grow. It's going to be awesome. Just just stay tuned for the next video, guys. Peace. All right, guys, so if you all saw it on Instagram, this is the section after Tristan started bush hogging. It's nowhere near done, but it's started. So we're gonna walk through it a little bit. There's just so much brush and yopons around big trees, and there's a few trees that we actually have to fell in here to open it up so we can make it look better. But look at this. It's open. It's gonna be gorgeous. It's gonna look like that section that we just saw. Just opening this up, and eventually, over time, over a few years, we'll have a rolling wooded pasture back here. Our cows, our chickens, our goats, our pigs, we can rotate them in here, and they can just enrich our soil. So he opened all this up today, so now we can actually walk in here with chainsaws and pole saws and Kaiser blades and a lot of stuff. A bush hog, and we can clear all this brush. It's gonna be pretty sweet. There we go. This has to be cleared by hand. It's there's too much stuff for the tractor to get into without messing up the tractor. So once again, guys, if y'all liked it, like, comment, share, subscribe. I mean, subscribing is, yeah, I know a lot of people say this, but it means a lot. We're doing this because we want to show everybody where it came from, and just show people that you can do it. If you just put time and effort into it, you can do anything. So just like us on Facebook, Lally Farm, like us on Instagram, Lally Farm as well, and just drop comments, whatever you want to do. Thank y'all so much once again. I know I say it in every video, but we love the encouragement. So just spread the word about Lally Farm and Lally Life on YouTube. All right, peace.